Welcome to the Adult Chair Podcast with Michelle Chalfant, a place to delve into who we are, how we got that way, and explore what it takes to be a healthy grown-up. With an extensive toolbox and guests with varied expertise, Michelle will lead us on a journey to learn what it's like to live authentically and to love ourselves just the way we are. And now, here's Michelle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Adult Chair Podcast. I'm Michelle Chalfant. So happy to be here with you, of course, today and every day. Today's podcast number 194. Crazy. And we are sitting here on January 23rd together, you and me, having a blast. Today we're talking about, I love this stuff, a 3-step, quick, simple, easy to apply process that leads to transformation. Hello, Purge, Connect, Reach. And I'm going to go through this with you. Let me tell you, it is powerful and it is so simple. I'm all about that, you guys, as you know. Simple psychology, grounded spirituality, right here on the Adult Chair Podcast. Okay, I just want to say thank you. I was sitting last Saturday actually, on my couch looking at the Apple Podcast app on my phone. And I was like, I'm just going to look over here for a minute. And I went in and there are so many beautiful 5-star reviews and comments. And I just want you to know, I read them. I look and read all of them. So thank you to everyone that has done that. If you've not done that, if you would not mind doing it, I would be forever grateful to you because it helps other people find the show. And I love to help people. So you're helping others find the show when you leave a review. So please do that in the Apple Podcast app. It is, like I said, January 23rd, and I'm looking at you guys know I have these 3 giant months on my wall calendars. And I'm like, whoa, in 1 week, I will be at the Adult Chair Live event in Charlotte, North Carolina on January 30th. That begins. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I want you to know there are a few people that were not able to attend. So we have, I think, 2 or 3 tickets available that just became available. So if you'd like to come, now is your chance. Go to theadultchair.com/events. And a few of you have said to me or asked me how many people are attending. I've capped this event at 70. So we've got 67 or 68 people that are already coming. So even if you're someone that likes to sit in the back, I've been told this every class I've taught, you still get just as much out of it. You don't have to get in front of anybody. You can just sit in the back and take it all in and watch. And, we do a lot of lecturing and meditations, group work. I partner you off sometimes. You're doing individual work. There's so much that happens over the course of 3 days. It's kind of crazy, but it's all about transformation. And you really get to learn more about the adult chair and how you apply it in your own life. So come check that out. I think that's all I've got for you guys for now. Got a very big announcement coming the first week of February. So get ready for that. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know what I do want to tell you. The announcement has something to do with the Adult Chair Coaching Certification. And by the way, in order to do that, which is going to be in June, you have to have attended the Adult Chair Workshop. So just a little side note, but the big announcement's coming first week in February. You're going to have a lot more details, but that's all I'm going to say for now. Okay, let's jump into it. Here we go. Purge, Connect, Reach. So what happened is, of course, or was, I think a week ago, not even a week ago, I found myself in this, what I call feeling really off or off emotionally, but I just use the term off. I was just off. I felt sort of numb, emotionally numb. You all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we are just in a bad mood for no reason that we know of, or we're sad or we're angry or anxious or depressed or lonely or whatever the heck is going on. The question is how do we get out of it? And you know me, I'm going to add a word. How do we get out of it? Here's the magic word, quickly, because I don't want to sit in this all day long. I certainly don't want to sit in it longer than a day, but I want to get out as fast as I can. So that's what this 3-step process is all about. So the other day, I felt emotionally numb. I did this 3-step process. I've given this to clients and they loved it. And guess what? It works quickly. Here we go. Number 1, what we want to do when we feel off or sad or angry or whatever it is, or anxious, depressed, purge. We avoid. human beings are really good at avoiding. When we have a negative emotion or something that doesn't feel really good on the inside, we tend to avoid or distract ourselves with Netflix or wine or whatever you do. You know what you do. We eat because, you can't process food and emotions at the same time. So we eat, we go shopping, we go out with our friends, we distract ourselves from what the heck is going on the inside. But if we can, and what I mean by that is like, if you know what's going on, it's a really good idea to just purge and get it out. So I have 2 ways that we purge. Numero uno. We call a friend or family member, or we go visit someone, or we talk to someone in person. And we just want to just say, and we don't want to do this for an hour, by the way. We just want to summarize and just get it out. Because the mind needs to just get it out, release, and then let truth come up. It's sort of like when we're ruminating and have those ruminating thoughts, we want to be witnessed. We want someone to hear us so then we can move on. But remember, if you're going to do this, I have two ways that we purge. If you're going to do this way and you're going to meet with someone or talk to somebody on the phone, let's just say you're going to call someone on the phone. You say, hello, friend. I am going through something and I need to talk about it. I want to purge it out. This is the setup. Remember, we got to set it up. We want to say, would you be willing to listen to me and witness what I'm about to say? The reason that we need to set up, remember, is because they try to fix us right away, or they'll say, oh, don't feel so bad. Your life is so good. Or they'll say, why do you feel like that? That's crazy. Your husband didn't mean it, or your kids are good kids. Why are you saying that? We don't want that. As you know, it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us out of our mood. What I'm giving you is going to help you out of that state or that mood that you're in. So if you're going to purge, you got to set it up ahead of time and say, listen, I'm going to say some things. I don't want you to fix me. I don't want you to say a thing. And if I want your advice, I'm going to ask for it at the end. What I'm looking for is a witness here. Can you be my witness to what I'm about to say? And your friend will say, yes, of course, I'll be your witness. Great. I'm going to just give me 5 minutes. I don't want you going on for an hour. I don't want you kibitzing on the phone with someone saying, can you believe he did that or she did that? And then your friend goes, yeah, they're such a bitch, blah, 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 blah. No, this is not what I'm saying. I'm saying purge, get it out. Your mind is having a field day. That ego needs to just dump it out. So this is what we're doing, a brain dump, a purging exercise, okay? But you got to set it up. Don't let someone fix you and don't kibitz. Okay? Don't go back and forth with that person. Get it out. That's the first way we can purge. Number 2, journal. I love my journaling. Place pen to paper and let your hand go. You've heard me say that like 1,000 times. It is freaking powerful. It is like sitting in therapy. I promise you. And people tell me, I'm not a journaler. I get it. But if you're in a bad mood or you're in a numbed out state like I was, go for this. And people say to me, I don't know what to write. You start out by writing exactly what you're thinking. Something like this. I hate journaling. That's fine. Write it. Because what happens is what we're doing is we're clearing away all of the thoughts so that you can go into the meat, into the unconscious. You can go into the meat, the feeling state, the inner child. We want to know what the heck is going on. There's a feeling happening, an emotion that's underneath all these thoughts. Ruminating thoughts block our emotions. So get the ruminating thoughts out on paper or get them over to a friend or a family member. The thing is we just want to get them out. So journaling, you can say this, Michelle's telling me to journal. I can't stand it. I'm so mad right now. I don't even want to journal. I can't stand Michelle when she says this or suggests this to me. It's fine. You can be mad. I love you anyway, but just get it out. Start there. This is what I'm saying. That's a starting point. Or put the pen to paper in it. You might find yourself saying something like I did. I feel emotionally numb. I think that's a Pink Floyd song, by the way. I feel numb. I'm completely numb. And then let the pen go. I'm telling you, you guys, you will automatically write. It's called automatic writing, by the way. The pen will start moving. Let it go. Just be free with it. Free write. You will be amazed at what comes out and what you discover about yourself through this process. I give you 100% guarantee on this. If it does not work for you, I would like to hear from you. I'll say that right now. I promise. And promise this will work. Okay. So that's number one, purge. So we want to you're sort of like you're, if you think about a mountain, a snow-capped mountain, we're like clearing the top. You're clearing the snow off of the mountain. It's like you're cutting the top of the mountain off so you can see what's underneath. So if we think about like a volcano, there's stuff bubbling up. We got to get to it. But if there's a cap on the mountain, we can't get to it. So purging helps to get into what's underneath. Okay. That's number one, purge. Number two, connect. Connect with your inner child. You know this is powerful. Our inner child is key to finding out what's going on within us. They are the gatekeepers for our true feelings and emotions and our true needs. So when we feel numb or angry or sad or depressed or anxious, whatever the heck is going on, this is where we want to go. Connect. Connect within yourself, with your inner child. Okay? You got to find out, what am I feeling? What are my emotions right now? What are my needs? And here's the thing. You're going to hear, when you connect with that inner part of you, if you can't see your inner child and you're not visual, who cares? It's fine. Just connect, close your eyes, drop inside. Just notice, like, what the heck am I feeling? Have your journal next to you. Start ripping off things that are coming through, like angry, sad, numb, uncomfortable, pain, grief, whatever it is. Get it going. You can write the feelings. You can imagine your inner child in front of you. You don't have to, though. Again, some people are not visual. That is okay. Just get a sense of what's going on inside of you. Some people are more auditory. That's okay, too. What do you hear? If you feel like writing it down, write it down. You cannot get this wrong. The idea is, and the intention, of course, is just freaking connect. I say that with love. You guys know I love you. I'm not yelling at you. I get on a soapbox. You know I do that. Okay. So what your inner child is not going to say to you are things like this. I want you, I'm going to be your inner child, go tell Rob to go to hell. Your inner child ain't going to say that, people. Your inner child is not going to say, I want you to go tell Tracy off. Your inner child will not say that. That is your adolescent wearing the mask of the child. Your child is vulnerable, okay? Your child is so vulnerable and precious. Your child is going to say things to you like, I just want a hug. Your child might say, I'm angry, and that's okay. Your child might say, I'm sad. That's okay too. We're just trying to get a sense of what's going on inside. And it loosens up with the journaling. And then when you're dropping your energy inside of yourself, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, because then you start connecting to what are these emotions. You not only connect with what the emotions are, you also connect with what your needs are. Okay? Your needs are so important. So again, the need might be, I want a hug. Can you love me? Am I important? Am I special? Am I lovable? And then you as the adult say, yes, of course. So you're wanting to form that bond and that connection with your child. I have a free inner child guide on my website. Go to theadultchair.com/inner child. I just remembered that. So if you don't know how to connect with your inner child, go do that. Go get that. There's 2 guided meditations. I've got journaling prompts, all to help you to connect with your inner child. It is key to our healing and transformation, people. I promise. Okay. Number 3, reach. What do you think I'm going to invite you to reach for? Say it out loud. What do you think? Purge, connect, and reach for whom? You got it. If you guessed this, I'm going to give you an A+. Reach for your adult. We want to reach for your adult. We want to reach for that wisdom, that higher truth. Your healthy adult is where, remember, fact and truth live in the moment. Don't get tricked by that adolescent that throws on the adult mask and says, I know what's fact and truth, and you're actually in the past or the future. The true adult. See, Addie is so tricky, you guys. I'm sorry, but Addie wears a mask. Our adolescent is the ego and jumps on all these different chairs with a mask on, and we think it's our adult, and it's not. We know it's our adult when we are in the moment. Okay. So if you're stressing about something right now, I challenge you right now in this moment to step in the moment fully, and invite in fact and truth. What is fact or truth about what's going on in this moment? Whatever's stressing you out, find what's fact and truth. Most of the time, we live in story and assumption, and we're living mostly with these assumptions that aren't even true. So just work on getting into fact and truth in this very moment. And all the drama washes away, which of course, again, the adolescent clings to for dear life. But we want to go into what's fact and truth in this very moment. Okay. I have a really cool example. I was working with a client. She was in so much grief. She and her husband had gotten a divorce. It was her idea for this divorce. And she came in, and I'd been working with her for a while, and she was, so clear about this divorce, and it was all set. And then she got the divorce, and she came in and she was crying. And I said, "What is going on?" And she says, "I have struggled for the last month with this." She said she was just in such regret and beating herself up. She felt like she made the biggest mistake of her life. And I listened, which by the way is purging. Quietly, I listened and just let her purge it out. She cried and yelled and beat up on herself and did all that stuff. And I listened patiently and presently. And then I asked her when she was done purging, I said, what's going on inside of you? Like, what are you feeling right now? Like, what are your dominant emotions? And that was connecting. Okay. I wanted her to connect with herself, with her inner child inside. And by the way, when we just ask ourselves, what am I feeling emotionally? That is connecting with the child. And she said, I have so much sadness and regret. She said, I really feel like I've made this huge mistake. So I'm sitting in sadness. And I said, okay, thank you for sharing that. And she said, now that I'm gone and I've gone through with this divorce, I feel like I lost such a great guy. Maybe I acted too quickly, which of course she had talked to me for over a year about this divorce and was so clear. And now that it happened, she was just flipping everything around. But her story and assumption in her adolescent chair were going just berserko, which I get. That happens. We go berserko, all of us in that adolescent chair. And I knew she was in her adolescent. Another key to help you guys know when you're in your adolescent is that it's like speed thinking. I mean, those thoughts, the faster they go, the more we know we're in that adolescent chair. And I said, okay. I said, you are still going back to speaking so fast, because she'd slowed down when I got her emotions and I asked her to connect. But then she dripped, she moved back in the adolescent chair and she was speaking so fast again. And I said, I really feel like you are chin up right now and you're disconnecting from your body. I said, let's move over into the adult chair. And she did. This is what I did with her. I said, let's take a few deep breaths. Slowly is the key here. We want to take slow, deep breaths, not fast, slow, because slow, deep breaths move us into the adult chair. And I did it with her, to help her to slow down. That's regulation. I helped her to co-regulate her nervous system by breathing with her. And I looked in her eyes and I said, okay, drop below the chin. I want you to slide your energy below your chin. Feel it in your body, your whole truth. I want you to slow down, take your cut your head off your body and just feel the body and let the body I want the body to tell us what's really going on. And she did it and took her a couple of minutes. I told her to put her feet on the ground so she's grounded. And then she opened her eyes, she didn't open her eyes yet. She said, she came up with all these beautiful truths from her adult. She said, I feel free. And I said, oh, feel that in your body. And she was speaking so slowly, and I should say this, not weirdly slow, but we know we're in our adult when we're present and everything is paced. Not to say that when I'm angry, I'm speaking a little bit faster. That's also my adult, but we were in this beautiful present moment state. She said, I feel free. I said, okay, great. Feel free throughout your whole body. And she did. I said, invite the energy of free through your body. And I could see her whole body relax. And then I said, okay, what else is true? And I just sat and waited. And I let there be a long pause. And she said, I really feel like we were not a good match anymore. I said, okay, good. What else? She listed all these truths. She said, I enjoyed him so much, but I realized I just wasn't in love with him anymore. And I said, okay, can you feel that? The key is to stay below our chins because the mind, the adolescent, wants to analyze. Yeah, but, because when we say yeah, but, hello, adolescent chair. So with her, I was like, just stay present, be in below the chin. And then she said, I just don't want to be alone. I'm really scared. I said, that's okay. Feel that. I don't want to be alone. Feel it. The thing is the reason we jump into the adolescent chair is because when we're not feeling our emotions. So I'm inviting her to drop down and even feel those emotions and be in them. Because what happens is, remember, they move through. I don't want to be alone. I'm scared is an okay and fine and healthy, hear me again, healthy emotion. Emotions are healthy. There's nothing, I don't even like to say a negative or positive emotion. They're just emotions. So freaking feel them and let them through. So that's what I did with her. I said, feel scared. And she did. She says, I don't want to be alone. I said, feel that. And then I said to her, you know what? I said, why don't you place your hand on your heart and take a breath? I want you to say, I'm okay. We did that month in our membership group. It was one of the most powerful groups, just learning I'm okay. And to just say that over and over again, oh my goodness, she just sat there and tears came down again. And I said, what are the tears about? And she said, you know what? And she opened her eyes at this point. She goes, it was time to let him go. So they were like, not tears of sadness. It was like tears of knowing truth. And then she said to me, she looked at me, she goes, I can't do this and I'm going to be fine. You could have heard a pin drop in the room. It was so present. It was so beautiful. And that was it. That was her reach for the adult. And she not only reached, she embodied her adult. And I'm not kidding you. Then she says, and I have to tell you, Michelle, I'm now a little bit excited. I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I said, can you close your eyes again and allow the energy of excitement to penetrate through every single cell in your body? Expand it out. Feel it. Really let that in. That's what we don't do well, you guys. We don't slow down and let these beautiful emotions land and come through us. You can't feel emotions fully unless you slow down and let them through and get present. Let me say that again. Slow down, get present, and let them through. We want them to, the energy, emotions are just energy. We're just letting that energy come right through us beautifully. And she did. It was so cool. It was so cool. It did not take very long at all, by the way. And then she says, you know what? I feel so much better. And I said, well, how do you feel now? And she said, I feel really, really present. And I really do know I'm going to be okay. And I said, welcome to your adult chair, my darling. It was beautiful. I can't even tell you. I love to see people transform that quickly. So I'm sure you're thinking, yeah, but there's your yeah, but adolescent. But I'm going to say this. Yeah, but what if she goes back to feeling sad, or she gets all jittery, or she's not happy, or she goes into a bad state, or whatever it is? It's okay, because she knows how to do this again. So you put your hand back on your heart and feel those emotions. And you can come back now, because here's the thing. I can tell you to go to your adult chair and you go, oh, okay, I can do that. But when you've had the experience of it, that's why I love the live adult chair event, because I put you in that state of the adult chair and then you know what it feels like. So then you can go back to it. This woman had the experience of being in her adult chair. So I said to her, now you know how to get back. If you slip out of this state, you know what your truth is, because she felt it. When it's anchored in the body like that, the body goes, oh, I remember this. So having the experience is key. So that's that 3-step process. that is so powerful, quick and easy. So anyhow, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that. It is transformational, these 3 steps. I'm going to put a lot of things in the show notes. I didn't even plan on talking about the inner child, but I had forgotten. I've got that inner child free guide to connecting with your inner child. I'll put that in the show notes. It's theadultchair.com/inner child. I'll put theadultchair.com/events also in the show notes if you do want to come to Charlotte. And that's all I've got for you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. I will see you seated right here next week in the Adult Chair.